Hello, welcome to another new video. Today, we will talk about top 10 scary movies of 2020. Before we start the video, go like this video and subscribe the channel. Number 10. The Hunt. It was released on 13th March 2020. It was directed by Craig Zobel. The cast of this movie include Betty Gilpin, Hilary Swank, Amy Madigan. The social and political commentary of this movie may all over the place, but as a fast-paced and frequently shocking piece of action horror movie, there's a good deal of dark fun to be found here. This is little more than a contemporary take on the classic Most Dangerous Game man-hunting man premise, but here it's presented with a good deal of energy, color, and intensity. Number 9. Underwater. It was released on January 8, 2020. It was directed by William Eubank. The cast of this movie include Kristen Stewart, Jessica Henwick, John Gallagher Jr. A slick, efficient, and impressively intense piece of sci-fi, horror, action that delivers the goods and doesn't waste any time with boring subplots or pointless characters. Kristen Stewart and a few co-workers find themselves trapped in a facility deep underwater and must work together to escape before the whole place blows up. Also, there are sea monsters. Number 8. After Midnight. It was released on February 20, 2020. It was directed by Jeremy Gardner and Christian Stella. The cast of this movie include Jeremy Gardner, Brea Grant, Justin Benson. We've all seen some cool indie monster movies, but not many that could also be described as a romantic drama as well, and this low-key winner works on both fronts. It's about a guy whose beloved girlfriend suddenly vanishes, and he soon becomes convinced that there's a monster involved. So he waits, and he sets some traps. But of course the monster could actually be his own fears and insecurities or something even worse. Number 7. Bliss. It was released on January 30, 2020. It was directed by Joe Bagos. The cast of this movie include Dora Madison, True Collins, Reese Wakefield. A frustrated but talented young artist discovers a freaky new street drug and quickly realizes that it's helping her artistic method in strange and horrifically violent ways. In other words, she becomes a bloodthirsty maniac, yet her creations become a lot more expressive. Works as both a straightforward jolt provider and a compelling metaphor for the ways in which struggling artists keep themselves afloat, psychologically speaking. Number 6. Come to Daddy. It was released on February 7, 2020. It was directed by Ann Timpson. The cast of this movie include Elijah Wood, Stephen McHattie, Garfield Wilson. We'll have to keep this one vague to protect the surprises, but suffice to say that the always cool Elijah Wood plays a strange man who goes to visit his estranged and truly miserable father, an event that kick-starts a series of revelations and violent altercations that you'll never see coming. Darkly funny and enjoyably unpredictable. Number 6. The Lodge. It was released on February 7, 2020. It was directed by Severin Fiala and Veronica France. The cast of this movie include Riley Keough, Alicia Silverstone, Richard Armitage. Two unhappy kids are forced to spend some time at an isolated lodge with their new and highly unwelcome stepmother, only to discover all sorts of horrible secrets. Beautifully shot and consistently creepy, this new spin on old fairy tales tropes is loaded with great performances, fun jolts, and unexpected surprises of the nastiest kind. Number 4. Swallow. It was released on March 6, 2020. It was directed by Carlo Mirabella Davis. The cast of this movie include Haley Bennett, Austin Stowell, David Rash. A darkly funny and quietly creepy story of an ostensibly happy housewife who suddenly decides on a new hobby. She's going to start swallowing small household objects. The offbeat, unpredictable, and visually impressive fable is anchored by a powerhouse lead performance by Haley Bennett. Number 3. The Platform. It was released on March 20, 2020. It was directed by Galder Gaztelu Urrutia. The cast of this movie include Ivan Masag, Antonia San Juan, Zari and Aguilier. A man awakens in a cell with a stranger, and their only sustenance arrives by way of a massive platform that arrives daily. But there's not enough food for everyone in this facility. This is a Twilight Zone-level mind-bender mixed with a dark psychological horror film full of pointed social commentary. Also, it's just sort of fun, in a weird way. Number 2. Color Out of Space. It was released on January 20, 2020. It was directed by Richard Stanley. The cast of this movie include Nicolas Cage, Jolie Richardson, Tommy Chong. It's been a long time since we've had a damn good Lovecraft adaptation, and here's one that would probably make director Stuart Gordon proud. It's about a seemingly normal American family that finds itself infected by a freaky meteorite. Director Richard Stanley and his collaborators managed to tap into the best aspects of Lovecraft's dark fiction while adding some excellent new touches of their own. Here's the number 1. The Invisible Man. It was released on February 28, 2020. It was directed by Lee Wanell. The cast of this movie include Elizabeth Moss, Aldous Hodge, Storm Reed. The classic H.G. Wells story gets a modern remake that somehow avoids all the problems that have plagued similar films. Our apologies to the fans of Tom Cruise's ill-fated 2017 movie, The Mummy. Elizabeth Moss delivers a fantastic performance as a woman intent on escaping her abusive boyfriend, only to realize that he's still stalking her. Invisibly. Remarkably intense, consistently clever, and full of characters worth caring about, this is one of the best studio horror films in recent years. I hope you guys liked this video. So give it a big thumbs up. Share this video and share your opinions in the comments section. Please don't forget to subscribe the channel for more updates.